Alright.
Delightful.
Delightful. I don't remember what we were talking about when we left, so.
Good question. You know what? We're going to talk about something.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it looks like your tail has it looks like your hat has a wagging tail right now.
Yeah, it's a coonskin cap.
Yeah, it's a centric skin cap.
Exactly.
Oh my lord, that'd be horrifying. Has somebody done art of that?
You know what? If no one's done it yet, someone's going to eventually. So. Oh Jesus! What the hell, Spiro? Why would you have a high special attack? Oh, whatever.
That's a little. There's some weird things about this game. Like, I love that it's playing with the numbers and the different types, but like, you have things that you can punch a ghost. For some reason, a bird that doesn't know much like special outside of punching things. It's just like,
yeah.
They have some points. It's so weird.
Also, now I'm being followed by Kakuna. You're welcome. When I actually get a chance to properly rename this thing, like I know we've been joking, but when I get the chance to properly rename this Kakuna, I'm absolutely going to just name it B-Man. Or no, I did say we were gonna name it Bob Ross, so we're gonna do that.
The Kakuna evolves into the Beedrill?
Yeah.
Not the Weedle. What does Weedle evolve into?
Weedle evolves into Kakuna.
Oh.
You had it backwards.
My brain was broken. I thought there were two different strains.
You're thinking Caterpie evolves into Metapod evolves into Butterfree.
Yeah. My frick. Dude, I'm serious. You're currently enjoying Pokemon with a 75-year-old man lived in the suburbs every single day of his life.
Yep.
I have no idea what's going on here.
I'm hoping that some of the stuff that I'm, like, saying and doing is, at least helping you, like, get a better grasp of things so you don't flounder as badly.
Yes, it's something we need to adjust.
Around Kyle. Although, of course, I'm sure Kyle enjoys that. More chance to just talk meme shit in that, in the videos, so.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Shooting the shit with friends is great if you have something to talk about, such as why are you using fire against a fire type?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolute madness.
What about that deer Pokemon, Stanley? Stanley.
Oh Lord.
You know, now I want to do that. I want to catch one with the name of Stanley now. Dude, I've never fucking used Stantler, so that'd be a new one.
Can we name him Stanley?
Stanley.
A little compromise between the two meme. Then again, me saying that is implying that just Stantler's name being Stantler is a meme.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is true.
I mean, it kind of is.
If you believe the absurdist philosophy, like a total art house nut like myself, then the absurdist philosophy is basically saying everything's a meme. And to call some things memes and other things sacred and not memes is ridiculous.
I have actually gone into the options and changed the options, finally. Stantler was created as the first meme. Yeah, not like Lickitung or anything like that. The stupid, weird-looking ones. Or Tangela, whatever. Like, Stantler was the first meme.
Exactly. Say, I don't know much about, oh, frick. What was the question I was just about to ask? It was something about, like, Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't play all that often. I didn't know you could change that little box. Like, how much can you change about this game? Like,
not as much as you'd expect. Like, you can turn the in-game animations on and off.
That makes sense.
You can decide So I'm sure you saw where you saw that battle style thing, where it said switch and set.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, if you change it to set battle style, then when you defeat a NPC trainer's Pokemon, you don't automatically get the option to switch out. You have to take your turn and do it.
Oh, that's rough, man.
Yeah,
That's like a hard mode right there.
It's not, but it's something people usually add on to like the challenge of a Nuzlocke run, where you cannot revive Pokemon.
That makes sense.
I'm sure you're familiar with it.
I've heard of those.
Yeah.
I haven't watched them, but I've definitely heard of them. That's intense. Also, I did remember what my actual question was.
Yeah.
Are there save files in Pokemon? If so, like 4 or like
Nope.
there are none?
You get one actual save, and then some games, most notably the older ones, you can start a new game, and then in like the GBA and prior, you could actually save over your old game while playing a new game by accident.
Yes, that can happen.
And in the DS era, you specifically have to delete your current save file to start a new game proper. But you can also, like, start a new game while you have a save file up, so someone can play for the first time without messing with your save file.
Oh, like it doesn't automatically save over it, so you could have it.
Yeah, on the
like,
DS.
you can have it
DS
open
games.
and then play it for the first time and then not save over it.
Correct.
Dude, I play a lot of like PC games nowadays that don't have save files.
Oh yeah, don't be forgetting about save file glitching on the GBC. I actually didn't know too much about that, but yeah.
It's a very good point.
Of course.
Save file glitching is definitely a yike.
Yeah. Alright, how are we looking, actually? Yeah, okay, so I can switch guys around.
It should be fine. Tail is a little rough, but...
Taylor's a little rough, but yeah, aside from that, we're good. So I've got a Spearow and I've got a Totodile, so I should be good for most everything coming up. I learned too young the unlimited power of save file cloning. Yeah.
The beauty of it. That's what I do for most video games nowadays. I play through the intro of the game, and then I make a save file, and then I run every save file off of that one. So I just don't have to hit the new game button ever again.
That's actually a really smart move. Holy shit. Hey, Zach!
It's Zachary.
Yeah. So he may have walk. Yeah.
He has
So Ryerday has joined the chat.
our man.
He,
The man, the myth, the legend.
the man, the myth, the Stormy.
The man, the myth, the Stormblade.
Yup.
Yeah.
Spoilers, at the end of Blades of Blunders, we actually all get turned into our artifacts.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm joking, of course, but, you know.
Of course. We actually all get turned into books, and in each of those books is a new cantrip that one of our next characters in the new campaign can learn.
Nice. I actually have, like, an idea for a D&D campaign in mind. But, like, I would specifically have something different set up with the magic system. So instead of, like, everyone having spell slots, they just have items that use the spells, basically.
Like, rather than a certain number of uses on a fireball that comes out of your hand, you have, like, a flamethrower tank or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something that has uses and a limited number, like a...
And, like, recharges over
Yeah.
time or something like that, of course, because you don't want to limit too hard, but, like...
Exactly. It's really hard to balance that limit of, like, I know you want to use this, but also you can't use it forever because it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rough one.
Yep. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out a potion.
Alright, he's doing it. He's healing the boys.
Yep. Everyone else is kind of good for a fight, so.
Pretty much.
And really, I'm in here to get something specifically that Totodile's probably gonna have to fight anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I find a Dunsparce, in which case I'm just gonna leave after catching it.
The second you find a Dunsparce, you're like, I'm getting off up out of here.
Okay, have you seen, oh god, I can barely think of what, AC Fan. AC Fan has like an animation where you go and catch a Dunsparce. Because it's like a godlike Pokemon.
Don't think I remember seeing this ever.
You probably haven't seen it. He's, I've only watched this guy because he did a lot of, like, the Runaway Guys animated.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Are you a TRG fan?
TIG. I hate to ask what that is.
The Runaway Guys.
I don't believe I am, sorry to say. I
That's a
think
shame.
I've watched some of their stuff, to be honest. Like, I saw some stuff a couple months ago.
Yeah, I love the Runaway Guys. Like,
Yeah. I'm gonna be entirely honest, it's entirely through, like, me not trying, in the sense of I've listened to the same podcast, and the same two podcasts is what I've been listening to since, like, the fucking end of May.
oh, you're thinking of the Adventure Zone.
So,
Yeah, the
you know,
Runaway
the same,
yeah the
the
Runaway
same
Guys
three,
are
the same 3 podcasts are the only ones that I've been listening to for
Okay.
the whole summer.
so like
Yeah.
The Runaway Guys are not podcasts. It's a YouTube channel. Where like it's just like 3 guys playing games. You know,
Right.
not
His voice.
yeah, not the same way like you guys have it on Starfall. It's like they'll play Mario Party and they'll do like every board of that as a competition, that kind of thing.
Are we talking like also a setup where like you can actually be sitting next to them on a couch?
Yeah,
That's how you're-
they all do it like together. They meet up at conventions and they'll record shit.
Right. That makes
Which
a lot of
is
sense.
actually really impressive considering one of them lives in Canada, one lives in Wisconsin, and one lives in Georgia.
That is some crazy connection.
Yeah, they all met up
Dedication to-
at MagFest one year, and we're like, okay, so we've been planning on recording something for a while as a group, so we're just gonna meet up while we're at MagFest and record the entirety of Mario Party 1. And
like
they did
every
it.
every board on Mario Party 1?
Every single board of Mario Party 1. They did that all during
Time
MagFest.
limit. Oh. How do they do that fast, man?
I mean, 20 turns goes by pretty fast compared to a 50-turn game. But,
Yeah, that makes sense.
okay, so I couldn't find an Onyx really quickly, and everyone needs healing, so I'm just gonna keep going and come back later.
We tried, I see.
We'll try it again later.
I've always been horrified of caves in the Pokemon games. Especially typically it's like almost completely without sight unless you have a move that has, like Flash or something.
Yeah, I think they got rid... Onyx don't show up in Dark Cave, catch a Bellsprout, and trade for one. Right, I can't believe I forgot about that.
Where do we get Bellsprouts?
You get Bellsprouts out here, actually. Right where we're at. This thing I'm fighting right now, absolutely a Bellsprout.
It's a Bellsprout, it's right over there.
It,
And you see, it's covered in wings and it's got the beak. Of course, it's a Bellsprout.
Yeah. No, it's just a Bellsprout that's just taped a bunch of feathers onto itself.
Exactly. Yeah. Tar and feathers. The greatest kind of exfoliant for a Bellsprout.
Exactly.
Where it got the black makeup for that bit that goes behind the eye, I have no idea.
I don't know, but it's very impressive.
Either way.
Yeah, so I'd probably have to catch a Geodude in order to have an advantage in the next gym, or go to the next route over and catch a Mareep. And I hate those things.
What's the Mareep again?
So Mareep is an anagram of Ampere, which means it's electric type. But also it's a sheep.
Oh shit, it's the Zappy sheep.
Yeah, Zap sheep.
Son of a bitch. I remember that one a whole lot, and I remember people saying that they could be rough.
They are hard to train, let me tell you. I'm pretty sure it is, because I think I've gone into that gym with Mareep a couple times. Like, there's one patch of grass that you can get into before going into the gym.
Something somewhere.
Yep. You know what? I'm gonna go find out right now.
It's a fair point.
Damn it, Lyra! No, sorry. Oh yeah, here's the thing I'm never gonna use.
But they know you need it, even if you don't use it.
VS Recorder, I think only, the only effect it has is like, it allows you to save videos of, like, it allows you to save the videos of, PvP fights that you do.
Oh, like, you mean like the stuff you can do with video games nowadays, where like, you in the video game you clipped it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude.
Yeah. VS Recorder is, it was introduced in Platinum, and the only thing it's done, the entire, like, since it was implemented, the only thing it's really been useful for is just, like, recording online battles between players.
That makes a lot of sense.
Which isn't a bad thing, but, you know.
No. Yeah, a bad thing, but it's just like that thing where you can really almost never use it sometimes. But this game, it had a lot of like precursors and stuff that happened in modern day games. It was crazy.
Uh-huh.
You know, like you got like recording of battles if you want to do that. You got like what's happening in modern Pokemon games now, which is a dude falling. Also, that guy spin around.
Yeah, he did
9 times to talk to you and also to say farewell.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, here we go. There you go, Jake. Disproven.
It's beautiful.
Oh, I forgot you were this early. Well, huh. I did not expect Hoppip to be there.
So high in the air.
Oh, geez, you have Synthesis this early? I have literally never used Hoppip.
I think this is also like an over-leveled Hoppip that's wandering into your area.
It's just constantly trying to heal itself. I think, yeah, you can only save one replay on it. And then when they switch over to battle videos, just as a general thing that they do in Gen 6 and onward, you can save more than one, but you can only share one online. I think that's what they did.
Interesting. Very strange.
Hippity hoppity hop off my property.
Get hopping off the property. I said hip. I said hip hop. Hippity pop. Hip hip pop it. Hip hop it. Don't stop.
I said hip hop, the hip to the hip hop. You don't stop.
Don't stop. Rock.
The bang bang boogie set up, jump to boogie to the rhythm of the boogie the beat. Yes, sorry.
Now, what if we do that whole song except every single line is hop or pip?
Oh god. I know someone's done that. Like, it's gotta have been a thing someone's done online.
No, pip, hop, hip, the pop it, hip, the pop it, oh,
so
Lord.
now we've caught the J-Wits.
The J-Wits.
Yeah. Joshua Witzenkeller, I've caught him.
Oh Lord, you got him. He's in your grasp.
What do you got there? Oh, seems too important to let go. So yeah, it was probably like a cosmetic thing.
Very possible.
I don't quite remember. Right, you can only pick those off your Pokemon when you get the Goldenrod.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because you don't get the accessory case till then, I think. Okay, I actually didn't want to catch that Hoppip, but I saw the opportunity for a joke and I took it.
These games, man.
Yeah.
Places they take you.
Oh, okay, so it only has Splash and Synthesis. Great. It can do no damage and it can heal itself.
It's a meditative Hoppip.
Yeah, man. I didn't realize. That's funny.
Yeah. Can you? I didn't realize you could. I knew you could give Pokemon a name as soon as catching them, or if they're a starter. But is there a place to rename these guys? I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can rename Pokemon. In this game, I want to say the name Raider is actually in. Get an early start on your Stalting. I want to say the name Raider in this game is actually in Goldenrod, because Goldenrod's where just about everything is. Might be in Violet, and I'm wrong. So I'll double check. Pretty sure I'm right.
Sense.
Also, there's your long dog.
Frickin' is the actual long dog.
The actual long dog, there he is.
You boop his snoot and then you're friends.
Exactly. I was half tempted to catch it just so you could see it would look like when you're walking with it, but I'll do that later. I have a Pokemon I actually have to catch right now.
It's got to be a little terrifying if they're walking with you.
There you go!
Oi, oi.
I keep forgetting that this Kakuna only has Harden.
That's all he's got, dude.
Yeah.
But also, this Mareep is not going to be getting past that hard.
And confirm Goldenrod. I had a feeling.
Copy that. Goldenrod confirmed.
Thank you, Jake. Much appreciated, man.
You are a smart boy and is appreciated.
I knew that was gonna happen! Damn it!
Son of a bitch.
Static on the first move.
Real little... Rude. Rude little fella, isn't he?
Oh, hey, Marie. Almost forgot to tell you. Thanks to Gen 8, you're dead to me.
Thanks to Gen 8, you're out of the picture, friend.
What's really funny is, Mareep has been basically dead to me for the most part for a while. Oh my fucking god. Alright, fine. We're doing this the hard way, boys.
There's a new sheep on the block.
Yep. It's like a new kid on the block, but it's a sheep.
Exactly. It's like if there's if you're in a neighborhood and there's a really nice stray dog that always walks around and then they're around for like 3 years.
Yep.
But then a stray corgi shows up and does the same thing and you're like, dude, corgi though.
Yeah.
Mareep, I know you've been around for a while. That is like twice your fluff.
Well, like, there's now also an electric corgi, so... New sheep on the flock! Perfect!
There actually is an electric corgi.
Yep.
Oh.
And it picks up, like, if you're using it, like, and you fail a Pokeball throw, and it's not holding anything, it will go pick up the Pokeball and bring it back to you.
That is really nice of it.
Yeah. You'll have to take it off of it, but, you know, that's how fetch works.
Ay, ay, ay. Alright. We got a Mareep. We could name it Kyurem or Thor. The Thorsten. That is a Thorsty sheep.
That's a Thorsty sheep right there.
That little critter.
You're welcome for that joke.
I appreciate it. It's pretty good.
Now to catch an Ekans. Because I know you're gonna want me to.
Please do. At least got to see it walk behind you one time.
Yeah. I remember when I did like the really old Soul Silver playthrough I was trying to do for my channel. Ekans was actually one of the Pokemon I strategically picked for my team.
Like you actually worked it into the strategy of how you were going to take down the big guys.
Yeah. Like, I picked it for a reason. And then it was, like, terrible in the first gym I used it in. And then it actually wound up being awesome against Whitney. Which is funny.
Like Whitney in particular.
Did Falk take over the stream and mind control us all or something? No. I'm just like that normally.
That's just how the brain works, bud.
Yep. Yeah, Falk is the pun master in the Patreon Discord. So that's what that's about.
Pun masters.
Yeah. Which is funny because
spreading.
That was actually me before he showed up, which is really funny.
You had the honorary pun master.
Yep.
Before he got on the block, and now it's getting ridiculous.
Yep.
Hooey.
Oh yeah, I need to level up. Need to level up Mareep at least. I believe it's actually level 9 when Mareep gets Thundershock in this game.
Wow.
That's okay. I'll probably need it to be that level for the gym anyway.
I don't really understand Pokemon levels. I imagine it takes a bit of time to get up, like, past 10 or 15, but after that it's just kind of...
It depends on what you're fighting and where you're fighting it.
Yeah.
It's like, some games will be like, hey, you get more experienced if this thing's higher level. And then some games it's like, it's the exact same experience level, it's just your level means it's more, it's like worth more. And then you also, by default, will get more experience for a Pokemon that's a trainer's Pokemon, as opposed to just a wild.
Ah, that gives you more experience instead of just beating up stuff in the wild, is to actually go out and battle.
Yep.
Like it really encourages that. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm. Game's smart, you know?
Games is smart.
Yeah, games is smart. Games, plural, is singular smart.
Games is a smart. That's the proper way to do that sentence.
There you go.
It's a mouthful, but it's the truth. Games is a smart.
Does hula hoop physics good?
The rumor come out.
Or no, it's do hula hoop physics good?
Do
not.
Do not. Hula hoop physics and all that. Games amped dumped.
Games amped dumped.
Games am not dumb not.
Oh, hey, Bellsprout.
Surprise! It's a Bellsprout.
The fleshlight Pokemon. Wait.
I mean, multiple purposes.
Also comes with Vine Whip.
Exactly. I wonder if there's like a tier list of Pokemon of who has the absolute beadiest eyes. I think Bellsprout's at least in the top 5.
I think Bellsprout might actually have the beadiest eyes.
Very well could be the number 1.
Very well could be the number 1.
Aside from the one that is clearly we are number 1.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I should probably hit it again. Just a thought.
No, that's Hoppip, you see. You see, the Weedles are Kakunas, the Kakunas are Weedles, and the Bellsprouts are Hoppips. And the Mareeps are dead.
The Mareeps are dead! God. And then the Rattatas eat the Hoppips.
Exactly. You see, this is what happens if it's not all just like... If it hasn't completely... If the ecosystem is completely stable, it like stops. But if you got an ecosystem that like things are feeding off each other, and then that changes the population, and then
you were saying that Hoppip had the beadiest eyes. No, it's definitely pea shooter here.
I mean, it might even be like a tie, only because I'm trying to understand the ratio of like Bellsprout has a problem where he has a mouth at the bottom of his head and then 2 eyes in the center of his head, and there's nothing else on his head. But then you got Hoppip, who has no delineation between their head and their body, even though they have a cuter face, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
You know. Now I'd wager it's a tie between the two, at least. That is equally a good reason about why Bellsprouts are Hoppips and Hoppips are Bellsprouts.
What if... Okay, hang on. Here we go. What if the Pokemon with the beadiest eyes is actually Sableye and it puts gems over its eyes to magnify its vision?
You wouldn't hit a guy in glasses, would you? You wouldn't crit a guy in glasses, would you?
You wouldn't crit a guy in glasses, would you?
That was really silly.
By the way, we're going to be going for like the next 45 minutes, and then we'll probably be ending the stream at 4 my time. Just so you know.
This has been delightful, though. This has been great so far.
This has been good. I haven't streamed for more than like 1 hour in a long time, so...
When you shoot the shit, the hours can go by real fast. I don't know how I'm getting sleepier after waking up, but it's happening.
Yeah, it happens. What the hell did you put in, Zach? What the...
Beady-eyed Sableye is absolutely cursed. Oh lord.
Damn, Zach. Spamming the chat.
He's messing something up. Whatever it is.
I think I'm gonna have to, like, fix Nightbot again.
You know how Nightbot's be.
Yeah, it's done that before.
But yeah. It's real good. So, I don't mean to be completely lost like I am at most times in my life. Where are we heading in this Pokemon adventure now? Aside from just the good old catchings.
1 sec, I gotta let a dog in.
Aye, understood.
I'll tell you what, streaming is way easier than recording. Because I can just get up and do that, and I don't have to edit it out later.
Exactly. That's beautiful. The thing about streaming is that it's very human, because it's just being, and then talking, and then doing.
Yep.
It's the exact argument for, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'll see you, Zach.
Very well.
Thanks for joining in. Hey, there's that Ekans.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, intimidate. Perfect. That is exactly the move, or not the move, that's exactly the ability I used to beat Whitney. Last time I played.
The Intimidate, you said?
Yeah, Intimidate's a really good ability. It drops the opponent's attack by 1 stage.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, are you serious?
There's so many numbers to keep track of in this freaking game.
Yep. That's a lot of damage.
No, that is indeed a lot of damage. Almost enough damage to saw a boat in half.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't know why you put so many holes in the bottom of that bucket, but you know.
I mean, what if you get a hole in your bucket? You gotta fix it. Also, you indeed did catch the Ekans.
I did catch the long dog. What's the name of your Ekans again? I forgot.
Oh, frick. What's the name? Damn it.
It's Noodle, isn't it?
It's probably Noodle.
We'll fix it if it's not.
You can even make a Noodle dog. thus not infringing on copyright laws. He's done it.
So, not a lot's happened. I don't really know when exactly you left, per se. Oh yeah, I need to heal that poison, or Weir number one's gonna die.
Your poor boy is gonna
just collapse.
Poison asphyxiate.
Yeah. Yeah, most of your recent videos have been VODs you've cut down. So wait, you've been streaming, Jake? Where? I need to keep better track of this stuff in that case. Yeah, here's that's what Ekans looks like when it's following you. It's actually pretty good.
It's actually great. I thought it would have been. I don't know why I imagined it would take up more spaces than one. You know, like all the Pokemon that follow you can take up a single person space.
Some of them don't.
Are some larger?
Yeah. But most of the time, if it's a larger Pokemon, it's probably going to take up like more space vertically than horizontally.
Hmm.
So like it's going to be like gigantic while standing behind you, but it's not going to really take up that much more space.
It's not going to fill the room, but it's going to be real tall.
Yeah.
I see it.
I know like legendaries will take up a lot of space, but obviously they're usually huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of caught that Ekans so you could see it. I'll just go put it back in the PC.
I do appreciate you shredding the snake stuff. I honestly originally thought it was going to like elongate into like 2-person spaces and slither around behind you.
I think
all of its belly on the ground.
I think it actually does do that in Let's Go, which is nice.
It's nice, but also horrifying.
Yeah.
Just a gigantic snake following you. Intently.
Let's see. Alright, let's see what everyone needs for experience. 6 for Sentret to level up.
What can be the best for them? And all that.
33 and 109. Jesus. Alright, Talo. There you go. Alright, come on, Bob Ross. We're taking on this tower.
It's happening.
We're taking on Sprout Tower.
Tower to Sprout. Oh, Lord.
Love
That's
this
a tower,
music.
Man. Ooh.
A bell sprout over 100 feet tall. People say that it became the middle pillar.
That music is really pretty.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's amazing the environments they make in these games, man.
Yeah.
Like the
I just want you to remember that this was still a location that was in like Gold and Silver. It's just they've changed it a little bit for the way like they've changed a little bit of the look for DS.
Right.
So like the tower pillar probably wasn't swaying in the original, but it is in this one.
It's just a little change like that can make such a difference in like.
I know, it's really good.
Like, the atmosphere or something.
Mm-hmm.
I feel uneased. I also love like the ground design in this place.
Yeah, it's got cave design for some reason.
And it's not to be trusted.
Whee! Oh, the tower did swing in the original? Oh, well, I'll be darned. I haven't really played a whole lot of Gold and Silver, but I didn't remember seeing that from what I had played. I think I did get in the tower.
Right.
Yeah, I had gotten into the tower. I had evolved Cyndaquil and Quilava in that one.
Oh.
Also, like, old Quilava design was actually really cool. but would absolutely fit in one of those, like, therapist, old Quilava can't hurt you, old Quilava.
It's definitely fitting in that kind of...
It's definitely fitting in that. Like...
It can't hurt you, and the next thing you know, it's busted kicking the door in.
Yeah.
Ay. Some of the... You probably, you know, if you're hanging out here around on Twitch, you probably know that, know some of the colloquialisms. Such as... What?
Not very many, but I think I know a few.
There's a couple here and there. Particularly the hilarious colloquialism that is monka ass. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
That's a new one on me.
That's an emote, right? It's this little Pepe the Frog. You type it into the Twitch chat.
Oh yeah.
Pepe the Frog comes up. Next thing you know, that little face becomes quintessential for like. You know how in a classroom or something, and then you hear a plane overhead, but you hear it kind of getting like just be flying overhead, and your brain just like does that wide-eyed stare of like, the thing better not crash into me. You know, that's basically monk ass. It's like this could be bad.
Gotcha.
Or it's the same kind of feeling if you stare into a dark cave and then you.
By the way, just
hear a growl on the inside. Also, I did see that.
Yeah,
he's beautiful. Max power with much tentacle.
Thanks, bearded.
Freaking beard.
Freaking bearded expense.
It's incredible. Twitch emotes are a beautiful but also absurd thing.
Especially like the emotes that you get out of subscribing to people.
Yeah, that stuff is really weird.
Yeah, that stuff's great. I'm really hoping at some point I can actually get, I think it's affiliate, so I can actually start making my own emotes and that kind of stuff.
That'd be really neat.
I do not stream frequently enough to justify me being there already, but I need to work on doing that. Especially because I'm, like, super freaking bad at editing stuff.
The editing stuff seems really difficult, man.
It's not as hard as, like, it could be, but I also don't edit very well, so
yeah. Is rough stuff. It's not easy to work with.
Like one of the videos I've currently got in the backlog. It's me and Jimbo are both playing Terraria, but we've also both recorded our own specific perspectives. So like I need to overlay. Yo boy, hire me to edit. I need to overlay like a green screen with an icon to tell whose camera it is at any given point, just so people can keep track.
Like the name or something.
Yeah. So I was just like, well, we both have specific loadouts in Team Fortress 2, so I'll just take those, put them into Source Filmmaker with a green screen on the background, and then put the video on with that.
That makes sense.
So that's like an extra step that I definitely don't have to do, but will wind up doing for this.
Yes.
Is that kind of thing.
You'll end up doing that kind of stuff only because it seems like what would work.
It seems like one of the better ways of handling it, basically.
Yeah.
Which of course means I'm gonna get killed by a dart trap, have no idea where it came from, and it was actually behind my character's head the whole time.
Exactly.
Like on the video.
Yeah.
So like I'm probably gonna remember where the hell it is, but like no one else is gonna know.
This stuff is really tricky, man. I wanna know the first step to handling doing stuff like that myself.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I would actually kind of get a kick out of, like, you doing solo videos for Starfall and then sending them to Kyle for Kyle to edit.
I wish I could afford, like, a, decent recording software or something like that. But
yeah.
that would be really neat.
Okay, so, like, you could pull up basically any game you have on Steam, and then download like Streamlabs OBS and record off of that.
I've heard that can get the job done.
Yeah,
I was kind of. I just assume everything costs money. It's the only way that I live.
Yeah, no, I understand. Basically,
Yeah.
everything does cost money in real life, though.
Exactly. One way or another.
Yep. I completely forgot you do not hit the tile for the ladders to go up. You have to specific... I forgot there are also random encounters in Bellsprout, or in the Sprout Tower.
There's randoms in the tower.
Yeah, this is one of the only places you can catch Ghastly, actually. You have to come here at night for that, though.
You can catch Ghastly just hanging around.
Yeah, you can catch Ghastly in Sprout Tower early in the game.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, I can look into that OBS stuff and I'll see if I can. Jake's like, yo boy.
Yo
just
boy,
saw the
how did
hire-
edit?
I
Yeah.
just saw the Hire Me Daddy comment. It was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get into that. There's a couple of games that I play around here and there that'll be nice.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what all you've actually got, because I haven't checked your Steam profile or anything like that, but...
Yeah, it's a variety of stuff. It's mostly single player games. But
I'll tell you what, though, if you, downloaded Team Fortress 2, if you've ever played that,
dude,
and just started dicking around on there, I would absolutely join in on that.
that might happen. I've been playing TF2. Well, I haven't touched it in a number of years now, but TF2's been in my library since Orange Box for the Xbox came out or something.
Yeah.
Like 2013 times or so. Like a while.
Yeah. We haven't gotten any new, proper updates in terms of content for Team Fortress 2 since, last Halloween.
Yeah.
And,
Not much has changed.
the last update that wasn't a, Scream Fortress was March of last year. So I think TF2 is actually dying at the moment, which is kind of a shame.
Or at least slowing down in its updates. They may never.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Valve has their, the way Valve works is they don't put people on specific projects. People go and work on whatever projects they want to.
Yeah, I see.
So,
So you got developing projects, and then you got these other fellas that are doing some other thing, and
yeah, and
it just depends on who's willing to work on it, I guess.
yeah, Uncle Dane, one of the guys in the TF2 community on YouTube, went to Valve while they were working on the Jungle Inferno update, which released 2 months after I started playing TF2 regularly.
Wow.
Yeah, the Pyro update that everyone was like, man, when's this gonna finally come out? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
That's crazy. That's so far into TF2's development. That's amazing.
yeah, he went over to talk or to see Valve HQ, and the TF team was maybe 6 people, and 2 or 3 of them were actual programmers.
That is mildly absurd to think of.
And I'll guarantee you that number has gone down since then.
Plausible. Which would explain the slowdown in all the updates.
Yeah. The last actual update we got was was the last Christmas update. It was just a bunch of cosmetics added out of the workshop.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but most of those cosmetics were at least really good.
Yeah. It saddens me to think that a great developing part of my teenagerdom may be on its way out.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But everything comes and goes, I guess. Part of growing up and all that.
Yeah, I mean, Overwatch's lifespan was way shorter than most anything that it's... Like, it was longer than most anything it's been in competition with, but, like, TF2 has been out for a long-ass time.
Yeah.
And to think that it's at least... Like, to think that Overwatch... which everyone said was going to kill the game, didn't, like, is also kind of... I don't want to say dying. Battleborn's still a popular game, though, right? I actually don't know.
Yeah. Everybody loves Battleborn. It's a really cool concept, and it's totally appreciated by the masses.
They're coming out with Garden Warfare 3 soon, and I'm excited for that. I don't care that no one actually cares about Garden Warfare.
I've heard that some people say that Garden Warfare is pretty good, though.
Garden Warfare is actually really good. The problem is that EA makes it.
You know how that goes.
By the way, I said we were probably going to wind up discussing, like, the pre-alpha if we aren't able to actually stream it.
Right.
Because they did they released the pre-alpha for, like, Plants vs. Zombies 3 recently as, like, a limited download that people can do. And I got it. And I've played some of it. I actually spent, like, 1 to 2 hours on the game yesterday. It's not as bad as I thought it was.
Well, that's really good.
Like, I'm sure that's not saying much, but it is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So, like, the sun meter is, it does do the recharge over time thing, but, like, it generates a certain, like, it generates during a fight. It's not like, here's a limit to how much sun you can use this fight.
Yeah, it's not like it recharges well enough that you can, like, take cover and then get back at it a little bit after that, but...
Well, no, it recharges during the fight, and it starts you off with, like, 12 or something in the middle at the start of a fight. And then
like, while you're fighting it?
Yeah, it regenerates while you're fighting.
Dude, that's, like, way handier.
That is not what I was expecting out of it, and I'm very happy that I looked, basically. Because I didn't think it was going to turn out that way. Also, I really need to be working on leveling up my Mareep, too.
Yes. Squishy little Mareep is going to...
It just doesn't do enough damage against these Bellsprouts is the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. I tried at one point to do a live stream series of Garden Warfare 2, where I go through, like, the single player campaign stuff. Literally no one was watching, so I just gave up on it.
Sorry about that, mate. It sounds like a fun idea for a series, but it sucks how much good stuff can go unappreciated, you know?
Yeah. I mean... At
least by the masses. It's always appreciated by some.
Garden Warfare 2, I do not think got anywhere near the amount of attention the original did. And that's kind of a shame, because I think it was actually better in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But that's partially because I never have anyone to play Garden Warfare with. So, like, having stuff to actually do as a single player and not have it be team-oriented, I think is a great change. So...
Yeah. Like, actually making the team orientation a possible way of thinking about it.
And then, like, you can just do the Garden Ops mode, which is, you know, like, the closest thing you can get to a tower defense mode. Well, one, there's a version you can do with the zombies, which is always a nice thing to do, where you're not just limited to one set getting more playtime than the other.
Right.
But you can also, like... You can work with an actual, like, AI party. So, like, you can have a max of 4 plants defending a garden. But... if you didn't, like, play with other people online... if you didn't play with randoms, basically... You would be by yourself.
It's that compromise.
Yeah, in the old one, you'd just be straight up by yourself if you didn't play with randoms. And in the, damn it, in the new one, relatively new one, in 2 you could actually just have a bunch of AIs helping you. And they'd be like plants that you've unlocked, you know?
Yeah, the ones that you have unlocked so far, they put a little bit of AI on it.
So, like, in spite of the fact that I only have used, like, a few certain plants, I know how good some of the others are because they've been run by AI. You know what I mean?
Like you've seen the computer who knows how to play, like, actually get it done.
Yep.
That kind of... I see what you mean. That's the kind of handy thing about getting the option to play with bots, is that you can see, even if it's like kind of cruddy AI, you can see what the intention of the character was.
Yeah.
And all that. The Sprout Tower place is really funky. It's like a dungeon, but in the opposite direction.
Yeah. By the way, you have been listening to the Adventure Zone, right?
A little bit here and there. I gotta catch up.
Yeah. I know Kyle mentioned that she had gotten to 26 of the Amnesty arc, which, oh god. But like, where are you exactly?
Honestly, not past the first few installments. I've been goofing around instead of getting properly caught up.
Well, I mean, it's fine. Like, no one's
Yeah.
asking you to do so. I'd say they really start to get their groove. It depends on who you talk to. Some people say Pedals to the Metal is where they start to get their groove. I say it's oh god, I can never remember what it's called off the top of my head. Crystal Kingdom.
Ah,
That's the one where they really just start picking up the ball and running to the goal with it.
yeah, that's when they pick up so much momentum that you ever run so fast that you're no longer pulling yourself forward. You're like trying to catch yourself from falling with your legs.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when you get that kind of momentum. That sounds about right.
Yeah, and if you don't want to actually, like, if you don't want to listen to that, once again, there's Amnesty, and Amnesty is really damn good, and they're getting close to the end of that one.
I should get as caught up as possible on the friggin' the first one you said. Man, my brain. It's the freaking Adventure Zone.
Yeah.
I should accompany Adventure Zone and then catch some of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Amnesty is one of, like, the two big arcs they've done on the Adventure Zone. Like, they beat their D&D campaign a while back.
Like it's been beaten, but these are incredible arcs in the thing.
Yeah, so, like, Here They Be Gerblins and Crystal Kingdom, like, everything up to the third episode, or everything... Okay, Story and Song is the last arc of the D&D campaign.
Right.
Which is basically build up and then the final boss. And, oh god, but, then they did like a bunch of mini arcs to see what they do for their second season. And like, everyone did their own mini arc, basically.
Like everybody got to chip in?
Everybody got to DM a different game. And the one they decided to go with was Amnesty. And they've been on that for about a year or two now. And it's been really fun. It's been a ride.
Wow. It's amazing what a little bit of a can do for making, like, not just storytelling like by circumstance, but like you can just make a story with a group of people and you can all like really invest yourselves into it.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I honestly thought I never really understood the idea of D&D. I thought I wasn't smart enough for it, but it turns out that there's like a lot to that game that is both accessible and really creative.
Yeah. You weren't expecting it to be what it was, basically.
Definitely not.
I get that.
I think definitely some of my favorite like memes about D&D have to be about the have you seen, did I send that one that's like when you're a gnome and you got like Tinker something and you also got like Tinker Tools and scrap metal, but the DM won't let you make a machine gun.
Won't let you make what?
Won't let you make a machine gun.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm a gnome, I know how to do that.
I love the stuff where it's just like shaming the dice for terrible rolls. Because it tells the whole story, but it doesn't tell, like, it doesn't go on for too long, basically. Like, there's one that's like, I am the reason mommy's afraid of spiders, or something like that, and it's just...
just little tangents like that. It was incredible.
Like, you want to know more, but at the same time, you know what's happened.
I love that way of storytelling of like, you know what happened, but you'd like to find out more of what happened.
Yes. It's really good.
You just kind of have to assume the majority of it. But otherwise, it's like...
Well, I need to go back and revive Centret.
Yeah. That poor...
That poor boy.
This place can really kick your ass if you're not prepared for it.
Yeah. It definitely can. I think when I came in here during my old playthrough, I just had Totodile and Hoot Hoot.
Just the Hoot and just the Toad.
Yeah, and like maybe I had picked up Ekans already. I don't remember if I had or not. Probably had.
Plausible.
I don't know. Like, I was posting Pokemon Soul Silver back when I started the channel in 2013. So it's been a good 6 years.
You know this game pretty well, compared to most.
I've only beaten this game twice.
In 6 years?
In more than 6 years.
Wow.
I've beaten this game... Okay, I didn't beat Soul Silver the first time I played it for the channel. So like when I tried to Let's Play Soul Silver for the YouTube channel, I beat Whitney, and I started moving on to the next town, and then my system was broken and I couldn't record it anymore. And once again,
that sucks, man.
That's my brother's fault.
Like all that, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
All that time put into it and then can't complete it. That really sucks, me.
And I would be working on it right now if it weren't for the fact that while I was gone away to college, he had gotten a new system, lost, and I air quotes here, lost his copy of Heart Gold, and grabbed my copy of Soul Silver and deleted the save file.
Wow, that's like 13 like peaks of rude.
Yeah.
I'd wager.
And then my parents cannot figure out why I get so mad at my brother over things. And don't trust him at all. It's ridiculous.
Brothers, you know.
Yeah.
Complicated.
I'm gonna need to eat something when we're done here. My hands are starting to shake.
It's definitely getting that like past lunchtime.
Yeah.
It was real good though.
Oh, I did that thing again where I forgot what Kakuna has.
You think Kakuna has anything except Pardon, except he don't.
He don't. Also, I love how they made that Bellsprout use growth.
Yes. It's like a balance or something. It's like you both did a dance, but now you're gonna fight.
Vine Whip's a physical move. That was a waste of a turn.
Exactly. Really hilarious. Sometimes the AI can like be as silly as you are, and that's like really endearing.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so when I was doing my Emerald Nuzlocke, which died because my hard drive failed, I did this one fight where the Marill I had been lucky enough to get went up against an AI Marill, and I just devoted the entire fight to mimicking what the AI did. So like
You just did everything that they did.
Yeah, like, it would use a move on its turn. After I used my first move, it used a move, and I was like, you know what? I'm bored. I'm gonna mimic every single move it does from here on out. So I did that, and the fight took 4 minutes. Because it maxed out defense curl, so that means I did too.
Exactly.
It was the worst, but it was so funny. So I have it saved as its own separate video on my channel. I had gotten in terms of recording, I'd actually gotten to the second gym and had beaten it. But I lost all of that footage because my hard drive failed.
Oh, that sucks, dude. Especially getting through something like that so impressively. It's that like super sucks.
I could probably like get back to that point where the videos ended off and like try and get as much try and get myself set up to where I was at the end of the last video. But I don't remember what everything was like at that point, so not worth it.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like a crapshoot, to be honest. It'd be difficult to find out, so
yeah. Also,
might as well not.
There's my favorite bird Pokemon.
He's the Hooter.
Yep.
He's the Hootis.
It's the time owl.
I can't tell if it has one feet or...
It's got 1 foot out.
It's got a singular foot.
Hoot Hoot always has 1 foot hidden, basically.
Oh.
So it's got 2 feet, but it's only standing on 1.
It's like an owl flamingo.
Yeah. It's a clockwork owl flamenco.
Clockwork owl flamenco.
Yeah.
Rare species, but also not
You
very
mean
much.
you don't call them flamencos?
I'm going to now. I don't know
You're
why I
welcome
haven't.
for that.
Have I ever told you about how I pronounce that curved sword that starts with an SC?
Oh, you mean scimitar?
Yeah, I call them Schmitters.
Scimitar.
Careful, if you're not careful, he's gonna gut you with that Schmitter.
I mean, I call shark skarks, so like...
Skark is pretty funny. It's also like way more of a it's much more of a punching word than shark.
Yeah. I love skark. I don't know why I use it, but it's good.
Skark is louder than shark. Shark is really subdued.
You know what? I'm just gonna spray some potions and be done with it.
It's easy.
It is not worth walking all the way back down this tower for that shit.
Absolutely not. Just spray him with some medicine. It'll be fine.
Oh hey, he beat us up here.
He's a fast
It's almost like he had a head start or something.
Something like that. No idea what it could be though.
Remember, Pokemon are not tools of war. You're an absolute asshole for only thinking about fighting with them.
Exactly. They're not tools. They're your friends. Calls himself the Elder.
This is literally the only time you ever see an NPC use an item like an escape rope.
I love that so much of this game is watching other trainers do stuff. So you realize what it actually looks like when it's not just you doing it.
You know what's really funny? I think after you get like the opening done, there's very little stuff that you actually see the NPCs doing. Which is kind of a shame.
It's like this is the one game that did it, almost.
Well, no, just like you don't see it a lot in this game either. Like, you see it at the opening, and that's about it.
That makes sense. Like, pretty much only at the opening.
But like, if they're gonna animate Pokemon being in the overworld, they may as well take advantage of it. You know?
Yeah.
What's really cool is
He's the Elder.
once you beat I think it's once you beat the Elite Four and the Champion, you can go into this one location near the end of the actual game, and you can find the rival there, and he's like standing on the edge of this bridge overlooking the water with his starter fully evolved, and like it's out of its Pokeball and everything, and they're just kind of there training, which I think is a really nice touch, and they didn't have to do that, but they did it.
It is a nice touch to not just have Pokemon, like, they actually have a presence in the world, instead of just being the digital part
and
where you interact.
Look, they'll do that at just random houses in the game where there'll, like, be a Pokemon standing around, but, like, there's only specific species that do that. So, like, if Pikachu's in the game, you'll always be able to find a Pikachu in the overworld. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think Krokorok's actually one of them, which I'm always glad to see. But I think there's only like 3 of them in Black and White, and about as many in Black and White too. Anyway,
it's crazy. I mean, it makes a lot of sense with like different species being, able to be in the households, but
yeah,
it's just interesting to think about. Designing a game so that it has an atmosphere like that.
I think that's one of the things I'm most excited to see them try and do more of in, because they did it in Let's Go, where like the Pokemon just spawn in the world and you can choose whether you fight them or not.
Yeah.
Instead of just like random encounters.
Yes, instead of just like a Pokemon approaching you, or you like running in circles in the grass, you can physically run up to try and catch them.
That also means you can see the shinies like when they spawn.
Yeah.
Which is definitely a good call. And they're
like one of my favorite. Yeah. Sorry.
They're doing that in Sword and Shield too, from the looks of it, and I'm really excited for that. We Are Number 1 is fast asleep. He laid down and took a dirt nap.
We are now asleep.
We are now asleep. Hey! This Hoothoot's probably gonna roll my team.
Very likely. This friggin'. I mean, is the first like double-digit level that we run in? Jesus. It's a pecky little stinker.
Don't worry, I paralyzed him. We're fine.
Yes, we should live now. Either way, it's rough stuff.
Paralysis is one of the worst things you can come up against in this game.
Like you getting paralyzed?
Yeah, because like when you get paralyzed, you literally cannot do anything. The coin flip always seems to be against you. Yep. But when the AI gets paralyzed, they can move every turn.
Like they can still do the staggered movement, but you are frozen in place.
Yep.
Which really stinks.
Like, did you see that? That was like 5 turns in a row where they were able to move.
This is ridiculous, dude.
6 turns in a row where they were able to do something. Yikes. It is unfair.
That's the thing. I feel like you can use things like burn and stuff like that to your advantage in fighting. I feel like most of the status effects affect you more than they affect anybody else. Yeah,
and like negativity bias is there, of course, but like
naturally.
Damn, that doesn't feel fair. But yeah. There's 3 status effects that do that. There's paralysis, there's confusion, and there's infatuation. All 3 of them work almost the exact same way. Paralysis is easier to remove, but you also like lose, I think, either a half or like 2/3 of your speed. It's something like that. It's really bad.
That's still rough, but
yeah. If you ask me, best status effect in all of Pokemon is like Badly Poison.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, like Poison already has a punch to it, but
yeah, Badly Poison like
horrible.
Okay, so Badly Poison starts off actually worse than Poison, but it builds exponentially.
That's horrifying. It's very horrifying.
So, like, if you manage to last long enough, Toxic can just kill you in 2 turns. Like, after you fully heal.
Like, after healing yourself, it'll just completely decimate you.
Yeah.
Horrible.
It's awful. But
it's horrifying, honestly.
It's actually really cool when you stop and think about just how powerful that is. And the only ways you can get that effect are to put down 2 layers of Toxic Spikes,
right.
Use Poison Fang, or use Toxic. And
right.
Steel types are completely immune to it.
Steel types cannot be affected.
I think neither can Poison types in the newer games.
That makes sense.
But, yeah. Aside from the fact that, like, there's an ability that prevents it, there's 2 types of Pokemon that are immune to it. Poison is probably one of the best status effects in Pokemon. Even more so in the, like, in Gen 7, they nerfed basically all of them except Poison.
Like, every single one got a nerf except the
Yeah.
One of the most dangerous.
Yeah. And I think Poison got an indirect buff because Salazzle now exists. And it can poison, and Steel types. Because of its ability.
I love how this whole game is like... You know that thing if you're like playing a game of pretend with somebody, and then the both of you just start making counters to each other's abilities?
Yeah, it's really funny, isn't it?
You know, like, well, I'm wearing pirate-proof socks. It's like, yeah, well, I have a thing in the back of my pocket that if I throw it at you, your pirate-proof socks dissolve. You know, it's like...
Yeah.
It starts to get over the... Like, there's a thing where you can punch ghosts, and now something that can poison metal. This is getting absurd.
Yeah, it's ridiculous and it's hilarious. The actual ability is called Corrosion. So, like, it makes sense from the naming standpoint, but yeah, it's crazy.
It really makes sense in, like, those video games where, like, there's only one element and it's toxic. You know, like, there's only 4 elements and one of them is a toxic one.
Yeah.
So you don't know if that's acid or poison. So it's kind of mixed into both.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, it's that kind of thing.
So we spent a whole stream and we took out Sprout Tower at least.
At the very least, that got done.
Yeah.
It's been an incredible stream. I spent a good portion of it not knowing what to talk about, so I've been rambling like somebody who's about to just fall asleep at the desk.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's actually a better way of handling things than just kind of sitting there and waiting for someone in chat to say something when no one's in chat.
I appreciate it. You know.
Also, this has been like the most active chat I've ever seen.
Yeah. Got a lot of folks.
Yeah.
It's very delightful.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for hanging out, everyone who's still here. And Gene, thank you for coming on to this.
Thank you, my good man Quill. I can entirely... We haven't played with Cyndaquil, but I can entirely understand why you would base your awesome logo on an awesome Pokemon from this awesome.
Yeah. And if you are interested in popping on for like a live stream, we can schedule one or something like that. Just let me know.
Might set that up. Sounds like a good time. I'm horrible with organizing on anything, but I'm happy to spend time with cool folks like you whenever that is doable.
Alrighty.
That one's still good. You're still there.
Yeah, thanks, Val. I'm glad you're still sticking around.
Good stuff. It's been delightful shooting the shit with all of you. You're great people. Chat and Quill included.
Yep.
This is delightful. Thank you again for having me on. I hope that you and everybody on here can enjoy the rest.
Yeah, hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks for coming out and spending 3 hours with us.
3 hours of good old Pokemon goodness and nonsensicals.
Mm-hmm.
Delightful. Anyway, cheers to all.